In the land of BAWAZI, where the sun dipped into the horizon and painted the sky with hues of crimson and gold, a young boy named Fluko was born. He grew up in a small village, surrounded by lush green forests and rolling hills. Fluko's family were farmers, and he spent his days helping them tend to their crops and livestock. But Fluko had big dreams, and he knew that his future lay beyond the boundaries of his village. As he grew older, Fluko became known throughout the village for his remarkable strength and unyielding determination. He would often help his neighbors with their heavy workload, and his kindness and generosity earned him the respect and admiration of the entire community. Fluko's parents, proud of their son's accomplishments, encouraged him to pursue his dreams. One day, a messenger arrived in the village, sent by the king of BAWAZI. The king was seeking a young man with exceptional strength and courage to join his royal guards. Fluko was chosen, and he bid farewell to his tearful family and friends, setting off for the palace. At the palace, Fluko underwent rigorous training, honing his skills in combat, archery, and diplomacy. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a trusted advisor to the king. His wisdom and strategic mind impressed the king, who began to see Fluko as a potential successor.
Fluko's days were filled with intense training and studies, but he also found time to explore the palace and its surroundings. He marveled at the grandeur of the throne room, the beauty of the gardens, and the majesty of the royal elephants. He made friends with the other guards, and together they shared stories of their villages and their dreams. Meanwhile, a neighboring nation, Zipporah, threatened BAWAZI's peace and prosperity. The king of Zipporah, seeking to expand his dominion, declared war on BAWAZI. Fluko, with his unwavering courage and strategic mind, led the BAWAZI army to victory against Zipporah's forces. The war was brutal, with both sides suffering heavy losses. But Fluko's leadership and bravery turned the tide in favor of BAWAZI. The king of Zipporah, humbled by his defeat, offered his daughter's hand in marriage to Fluko as a symbol of peace and unity between the two nations. Fluko accepted, and soon he became the king of Zipporah, ruling with wisdom and justice. He brought prosperity to both BAWAZI and Zipporah, and his name became synonymous with bravery, strength, and leadership. Under Fluko's rule, the two nations flourished. Trade and commerce increased, and the people lived in harmony. Fluko's queen, the daughter of the former king of Zipporah, became his trusted partner and advisor, and together they had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. Fluko's eldest son, Kipo, showed a keen interest in diplomacy and statecraft, and Fluko began training him in the art of leadership. His daughter, Akira, was a skilled warrior, and Fluko encouraged her to hone her skills and become a great leader like her father. His youngest son, Jado, was a curious and adventurous boy, always exploring the palace and its surroundings, and Fluko made sure to spend quality time with him, teaching him the ways of the world. Fluko's legacy continued for generations, and his name became a symbol of hope and inspiration for the people of BAWAZI and Zipporah. His story was told and retold around campfires, reminding everyone of the power of hard work, determination, and courage. As the years passed, Fluko's kingdom faced many challenges, but he always found a way to overcome them. He was a just and fair ruler, beloved by his people, and his name became synonymous with wisdom and leadership. One day, a great drought struck the land, and the crops began to wither and die. Fluko called upon the wisest men in the kingdom to find a solution, and together, they discovered a hidden underground river that could irrigate the land. Fluko ordered the construction of a grand canal, and soon the crops were thriving once again. Another time, a great earthquake struck the land, and many buildings were destroyed. Fluko ordered the reconstruction of the damaged buildings, and soon the kingdom was stronger than ever. But as the years went by, Fluko began to feel the weight of his years. His hair turned gray, and his once strong body began to weaken. He knew that his time on this earth was coming to an end, and he began to make preparations for the future of his kingdom. Fluko called upon his sons, Kipo and Jado, and his daughter, Akira, to come before him. He looked at them with pride, knowing that they were ready to lead the kingdom after his passing. He divided his kingdom among them, giving Kipo the throne of BAWAZI, Jado the throne of Zipporah, and Akira the title of Queen of the Palace, to oversee the affairs of both kingdoms. Fluko's children were saddened by their father's declining health, but they were also grateful for the trust he had placed in them. They vowed to rule the kingdoms with wisdom and justice, just as their father had done before them. As Fluko's strength began to fade, he called upon his people to come before him one last time. He stood on the balcony of the palace, looking out over the crowds of people who had gathered to bid him farewell. He raised his hands, and the people fell silent. "My dear people," Fluko said, his voice weak but full of authority, "I have ruled over you for many years, and I have tried to do what is best for our kingdoms. I am proud of what we have accomplished together, and I am grateful for your loyalty and support." The people cheered, and Fluko smiled, his eyes shining with tears. "I leave you now in the hands of my children," he continued. "They are worthy rulers, and I have no doubt that they will lead our kingdoms to even greater heights. Farewell, my people. May the gods bless you and keep you safe." And with that, Fluko turned and disappeared into the palace, his children by his side. The people dispersed, each one carrying a piece of Fluko's legacy in their hearts. Kipo, Jado, and Akira ruled the kingdoms with wisdom and justice, just as their father had done before them. They expanded the kingdoms, built new cities, and established trade routes with neighboring nations. And they never forgot the lessons they had learned from their father, the great King